It's ride or die, baby. They catch us, we're going down together. Then when they do, he hauls ass and leaves you there.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimm. Today we're seeing a girl who is on Dr. Phil's show because she has been on an absolute crime spree across the country, pretty much with her fiance, and I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but keep watching until the very end just to see how dumb crazy this girl is when it comes to this relationship, alright? Without further ado, let's meet her, shall we?
You're very sensitive about not wanting to say anything that throws him under the bus or incriminates him.
Yes.
But and let me just assure you, I'm not going to ask you to do that.
That's fine.
Because you don't need to.
I love how Dr. Phil's just like, well, I know you don't want to come on here and incriminate your fiance, but you don't have to worry about that because the courts already have as much evidence as they need to lock him up for a very long time. You both are very terrible criminals and do not cover your paths very well. So I guess apparently they weren't the cleanest at their robberies or whatever else they were doing. I think they stole a couple cars as well. All that I know is that they've been going on this crime spree together, and he for some reason is locked up while she has escaped custody maybe, or just hasn't been to trial yet, but they didn't have enough evidence on her or something, I don't know. But she's coming on the show today because obviously, I mean, her family is very worried about her going out and committing all these heinous crimes like she's some GTA character, when in reality it looks like she should be going to school for cosmetology or something, or I don't know, maybe working at Starbucks. She just does not seem like the type to be doing this. She really shouldn't be out here robbing gas stations and homes.
And he is facing multiple felony charges.
Yes.
And just with what he's charged with so far, he's looking at 25 to 30 years and $25,000 in fines, which he can't pay. And
Sheesh, so I don't know if they're gonna get into the exact crimes here, but we are obviously talking about the big leagues. Like, this dude is facing multiple felonies and pretty much about to receive a charge that is going to take away a third of his life. Imagine having to sit in a jail cell for 30 years, bro. That's tough, and I guess it's good to know you're gonna get out eventually. Like, he's not facing life, but he's gonna be screwed when he's out. Like, think of the world in 30 years, dude. When he finally gets out of jail, he's not going to understand any of our lingo or technology. Whatever the new version of OK Boomer is, he's about to become that. Like, soon it'll be OK Gen Zer, but I mean, obviously, he's just gonna be completely lost. Not that I feel bad for the guy, by the way. Don't think I'm out here giving him sympathy, because obviously he's out here doing some very messed up things, and you deserve to be punished when you break the law. So trust me, I don't have any sympathy for him. I'm just thinking of what it would be like if it was me in his shoes. You know, I would absolutely just be crapping my pants right now, pretty much.
Well, I'm trying to be optimistic about it since I do have no priors. I'm hoping I'll just get like probation for probably like 10 years or something like that. But I mean, that's still not like the most ideal thing.
Alright, honestly, how is she being so nonchalant about this? And wow, is that crime they listed pretty bad. Apparently, they both got arrested in an armed robbery. So yeah, I don't care if you have no prior charges or not. Look, the court is going to look down on that pretty hard, since that's a possibly very violent crime, and not something that someone should be doing. It's kind of scary how chill she's being about this whole thing as well. She's just like, yeah, in an ideal world, you know, I'll only have to wear an ankle monitor for a few years, and then be on probation for like a decade or so. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't mind being on probation for the entirety of my young life. Like, ma'am, why are you being so relaxed about this massive life change that you're about to face, all because you're stupid and didn't want to work for your money, so you stole someone else's by pointing a gun at their face? Again, I have no sympathy for these people, but it's pretty crazy that she can't realize the full gravity of the situation. So apparently she's been doing a string of robberies in multiple counties and states with this guy too. It's not just one time. But according to her, that's all her boyfriend, and she didn't even know. Yeah, classic call out there. Way to throw your man under the bus. I thought you're supposed to be a ride or die and be like, nah, Dr. Phil, it was all me. He didn't even want to. It was all my plan. But no, in her case, she says that she wasn't, quote, aware that he was holding people up at gunpoint and stealing to put food on their table. Yeah, I highly doubt that, but let's keep moving on. I didn't really expect this person with multiple felony charges to be all that truthful anyways, so I guess I expected that.
You were right behind him in the car.
I was I didn't know that was gonna be going down. Our car broke down, and he kind of just said that he was gonna go get some help.
Yeah, Dr. Phil, when I was sitting in the passenger seat of the car and he pulled the Glock from our glove compartment and started slowly filling the magazine while maniacally laughing and saying that he was gonna get us help, I didn't really realize that he was actually going to go hit a lick on this gas station. I swear I thought he was just seeing some wild game on the side of the road and was just gonna shoot our dinner or something. Like, I can't be held responsible for what he does just because I'm always with him and by him whenever he does these crimes. Like, that's not fair.
You had a death pact.
Yes, we did. We were gonna do it at the same time, like line our heads up and do it at one time.
Okay, so clearly these two people are not mentally stable, and we're going through some tough times, alright? As they decided, you know what, if we ever get caught and we're faced with jail time by the cops, let's just put our heads side by side and collateral each other like it's Call of Duty or something and we're going for gold camos. Like, no, you're not hosting a boosting lobby, alright? That's not how this works. I guess that's some Bonnie and Clyde stuff right there, but still, how do you even consider that an option? Like, your life must be very low, and I would not want to live that way. But I guess for them, it's either jail or a bullet.
No.
When you did crash the car,
Yeah.
he was driving, and he bailed and took off running.
Yeah.
And then after all these crimes and this weird pact they made, if they got caught, this dude just dips and leaves her as soon as they crash their car in a police chase. You can't just dip right away and leave her in the car to get caught. What an absolute loser. I don't see what she sees in this guy. I wish this dude was just able to call in or something to the show and explain himself, because he sounds like the biggest dummy of all time, and I'm not quite sure what draws her to him, but I don't get what would cause someone to do such crazy things and still take the fall for all of it. You know, the really crazy thing is that she still has contact with this guy, even when he's in jail. And after she made this lovey-dovey phone call to him in Dr. Phil's green room, the producers went to Dr. Phil and told them this information, and he got pretty furious because apparently this girl is about to be on parole most likely after her hearing, and once she is, she cannot be in contact with a felon or else it progresses her into becoming a felon, and she can face more jail time. So if she continues to talk to this guy while in jail, she might get thrown in there as well. Even though she says she had nothing to do with it apparently, and all these crimes that she was obviously a part of, she is still going to do her best to go down there and talk to him, I guess, even though it could turn her into an even bigger criminal. You know, to be honest, I don't really get what makes her so attached to him either. Like, I get that love works in mysterious ways, and I understand that because, look, I look at my face in the mirror sometimes and realize to myself, wow, I have a girlfriend somehow. So apparently, you know, love is beyond looks, but this dude apparently just looks like the last picture on those Dare pictures that scare you out of doing bad chemicals, and also mixed with Casey Neistat a bit. Like, what is going on, girl? You can do so much better. Go out and find someone that's not a loser that has to rob people to make a living, please. Hey, you guys made it pretty far into this video, so real quick, I'm gonna ask you to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell in the next 5 seconds. And if you can do all of that quick enough, you will get rewarded with your very own baby Yoda. Too bad he might just snap and lightsaber duel you randomly, so you better have some training or else he's gonna just absolutely destroy you. He's a violent little one, alright? Anyways, on with the rest of the video.
Correct. As co-defendants, they're not supposed to be having communications, and if Lexus is convicted, she'll be a felon and she will not be able to have contact with him, and she cannot go to the prison grounds and visit him.
And that is further proved by this attorney who apparently is very big. Like, this dude just started his own firm, and the firm is just his name, so he's kind of a big deal and probably knows what he's talking about when it comes to the law. I really think this girl should just realize how much better her life is without this loser in the picture and drop it, because I mean, she's young enough, she could restart, but I doubt it will be that easy, and she is probably willing to serve jail time or become a felon herself just to keep talking to him.
So the chance is pretty good they're gonna throw the book at him and not cut him the best deal in the world. They offered him 25 years.
And they think that's a gift.
Yeah.
So apparently the sentence of 25 years was them throwing this guy a bone. He was supposed to be locked away for even longer for what he did. What an absolute moron, dude. Like, this guy just ruined his whole life, and probably this girl's life too, because he didn't want to go out and get an actual job and wait for a paycheck. I'm sure robbing people made quick money, but it can't be that much in those gas station tills. Like, you're probably gonna get a couple thousand maybe, but it didn't last long, and it got him in a world of trouble. Also, he apparently has prior charges, and once you're a repeat offender in pretty much any state or jurisdiction, they're done playing nice and trying to appease you, and will instead just give you every charge possible and lock you up for as long as possible to make sure you stay incarcerated, because they don't mess around people that can't learn their lesson and play nice with the rest of society. You know what's really crazy is this girl is so close to being off the hook, or at least receiving way less punishment than her boyfriend, even though she was clearly involved, not as much as he was, but she was still in the picture, and she's willing to throw that second chance away just to stay with this scary looking dude that she isn't even going to see besides her monthly visitation to the penitentiary for the next 25 years. Is it really worth it? Like, I don't think I get where her head is at all. So all in all, Dr. Phil introduces this other doctor that we've seen before, and he's always on here, and he agrees with the attorney guy that this girl should do everything in her power to start getting mental help and get help with any other aspect of her life that is causing her to choose this path, because the court will see that she is attempting to make change, and that will really impact her sentencing when it comes down to it. And when the court sees these crimes that she's being accused of and that she's trying to make progress, that's going to be a good sign. She could be a bright young woman with a good future, and she's legit throwing it away for some random dude all in the name of love, but seriously, it's not loved, alright? That dude flipped on you and dipped immediately as soon as they got stuck in a police chase and left her to be arrested, so he obviously doesn't love her all that much. To be honest, I think this guy just needed a scapegoat so that he can go out and be a GTA character without any recourse, but luckily, he finally got caught and is facing some major time for his crimes. Anyways, that about does it for this girl today. I honestly think she's pretty foolish for doing this, but hopefully talking to Dr. Phil helped her straighten her head out a bit. Let me know what you thought of this girl down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.